Good evening, everyone. You're very welcome to join me this evening on Bridges of Light. And sorry about the music, just been high at the moment because it's playing up on me and I'm just trying something out. I'll say ciao to my Italian friends, bonjour to my French friends, hello, and around the world. And this evening we're going to talk about the inner beauty of the real you. And I sat here thinking, where can you start with that? So we're going to take a few minutes for letting everyone join that's going to join us this evening, and it will be interesting because you also have a part to play in this, because I do feel at times a show is about I suppose something that it's outside of your participation level, whereas this is an integrated group where the energies become, as time goes on and we go into the meditation, the energies become very strong and blend together, and that's something that is you. It's part of you. So it's, you know, anything that you think of that you would like explored, or just, you know, make your opinion kind of felt as to what it is. If you agree with something or you don't agree. Hello, Helena and Leslie. You're very welcome. This is Ireland and France at the moment, so everything's okay. We're not playing rugby. But it's something that these journeys, it's about exploring your soul's journey, and that is it's very personal to each and every one of us. You know, your journey is different to mine to yours, but yet not, you know, we can interact at a level that we do impact on each other. Our journeys can take we'll say an influencing level on someone else. So this is where I feel we explore the inner beauty, is to look and see what gives us that feel good factor. What is it that makes you feel, yeah, I helped that person, or I'm sorry for what I did, what I said. Because everything we do, all our actions begin with a thought. And a thought can turn into words and then into actions. And at times, I know from my own perspective that things I might have done, and afterwards I'd say, oh, I shouldn't have said that or done that. It wasn't appropriate. But that's natural, because we don't, you know, we have to accept ourselves as human beings, and we don't all the time monitor everything that comes out of our mouth. So we have to accept the shortfalls that we have. It's, hello, Mariella, how are you? You're very welcome. I'm going to move this over a wee bit so that I can see. It's a good job you can't see the contraptions I have when I'm doing this. I have to place lights everywhere. Talk about a studio. There's lights everywhere, and there's props to keep things level. So everything looks fine in the background, but just don't look behind the screen. No, it's just to Sylvia, how are you? You're welcome. Yeah, we're just talking this evening, a bit of light-hearted look at who we are, the essence of who we are, and what makes us feel good. What gives us that good feeling. You know, it's so beautiful when you get that warmth that makes in your heart, that makes you feel, yeah, that's beautiful, or that's something that I want to do, or it's, you know, in so many different aspects of our lives we have we can have that. And I was looking at my niece posted today a photo of her baby who's a year old today, and it was just, his eyes was lit up, and that energy that was there, the world was at his feet. And isn't it so magical for a child when they see the world and they see no obstacles? And that's so special. And that's in us all. It's in each and every one of us. And life sometimes can bash us and maybe give us the sense that we're not able to cope with tomorrow. But it is just it's so real that we can work with that magic that's within. We have a few joining us here. Sonia, Debbie, Helena. And it's lovely to see you, Helena. We go back a long, long time. Anne Gaetano, how are you? You're very welcome to join us. It is that magic of the child within, and it's one of the easiest ways to bring you out of the depths sometimes of despair. That if you could just think of getting a photo, getting something that reminds you. It doesn't have to be your child. I know I look through posts that comes up on Facebook, and you'll see a baby's face or a toddler, and the happiness is there, that magic is there, and you can't keep a straight face. You just have to smile. And that's one of the things we have here and now. We have it free, and just to look and see that you can touch on that inner beauty that's there, and allow it to blossom. If you think of a rose, and a rose sitting on your heart, and how it can just start to blossom, and that everything that a rose represents is about beauty and love. And yeah, the rose has thorns. The beautiful roses can be really thorny. It doesn't stop you loving them, does it? You still appreciate when you get your rose. And that's what I would say to you is, look towards that, because we're built today to put on a persona to the world. We have to be. Hi, Mara, you're very welcome. We're built in a way today that we have to be something false in ourselves to present to the world. And when that happens, we're losing that sense of inner joy, inner being, because it nearly feels like you're trying to hide the beauty. And by doing it, you become accustomed to it. And I know in one particular instance, I was just talking to family about it there a week or so back, where some people want to stay in a business role even when they're talking to family. They stay within that business mode. Yet and all take them into family scenarios where they're mixing with a number of people that they're familiar with, and that they can be themselves, and they're full of joy. Yet and all on an individual level, mixing with family, they're in a role. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's just not being able to drop that persona of when you have a job that has responsibilities, and you have to live within that, I suppose, mode of life on the 9 to 5. So when we look at, what role are we playing here and now? It's very, very special, this very moment, because we won't get it back again. we actually have times where we feel, I suppose, that we are in a race against the clock. And when we feel like that, it is difficult to take time out to see how we feel. But that whole area of getting into a role where we act, put it that way, I suppose that's one of the easiest. It's your acting phase. And I feel maybe that's the journey we'll take today in our meditation. The journey within ourselves. I say to you, like, my meditations doesn't, I don't preempt my meditations and what, sometimes yes, I'll say what I'm in the beginning, where we're going to set off, but I feel that inspired meditation needs to be just taken at a time and place that feels right. And if you live within that realm of that moment, you're aware within yourself of what's right for you. So this is what we'll see. By 7:30 maybe I'll have a different idea. We'll just see. But as I say, if you have questions or you have comments to make, just do it. This is what I'm saying about being the real you. The experiences you've had, let's put it to the good ones, because we don't want to deal on anything that is negative this evening, because I'm sure you spend a lot of time, we'll say, where you're hurt and where you're feeling down from events around you. But just to feel, to express it, sometimes it amplifies it. You know what they say, when a trouble shared, a trouble halved. Well, if you do it and take, that's on the negative to the positive. If you take it that when you say something, you can amplify it on the other side of that coin. So it's just to be conscious of life. I know Gaetano and Leslie is here, and yesterday I had the great opportunity to take a group in the Harry Edwards Healing Sanctuary. And one of the things I felt as I was doing it, that it was all through here. Everything that happens, you can link it back to something. And it was through Gaetano and the process here that I got leading the meditation in the Harry Edwards Healing Sanctuary. So it's quite strange when you actually try to map out how you come to somewhere, because it is, you couldn't plan it. I know with Gaetano, if we sat down and tried to plan how things happened that we met, it wouldn't happen if you sat down to plan it. But it happened. It was spontaneous. It just came about. And I feel that's what happens when you're living in the moment, because it's just literally the signpost comes up. There's something there that actually clicks. And isn't that what is so beautiful in every sense of the word? It has the ability to take your life and make a really substantial input on so many aspects of your life. Being in this era at the moment, we have so much going on that made our life different, and also made it very challenging too. And there's no denying that. But if we stop and put aside the challenging aspects, look and see where the silver lining is on the clouds. Because there is some aspect of life around you has changed for the good. It could be that it's to do with taking time out, being aware of someone maybe that you hadn't been in contact with for a good while. And that feeds, I always call it, feeds the soul. Because when you have that feel good factor, it's like feeding the soul. Because that's an energy you can't create. It happens. It just happens like the magic that I talked about earlier. So allow yourself to feel that joy within when that happens. I know as in my own situation, I can at times be quite serious, maybe very serious, and I won't go forward to, let's say, to let the guards down, although that would be the wrong word, but just, yeah, I am an introvert. I'm a true blue introvert, and I know that. And even though I do this type of work, I have no problem public speaking. I have no problem doing this. But yet, no, I would sit in the background in a group, and that's where I love being. And it's personalities. That's what it is. It's not. We all have our own unique personalities. But it's to find where you get that sense of joy, and how you can use it or find it when you're in need, when you actually have a situation where you're feeling stressed or you're feeling low. There's a lot of talk today about suicides and mental health awareness. Mental health awareness is so important because, be honest, each and every one of us has at some stage felt in that low place. Not suicidal, I'm not talking about that, but felt where we weren't able to see the brighter side of life because things are being thrown at you, and when that happens, it is going to affect you. I feel one of the lovely things about age is that things don't affect you as strongly as it does when you're younger, because the mask can fall much easier and you don't mind because you've learned that it's you and that's it. So you're not trying to put on a show. So you young people, it does get better. Believe me, it does get better. We can work to enjoy the simple things. And when we find the key to that, we have the key to our happiness. And our happiness sometimes is, I suppose, manufactured at times, but yet and all, it's to find that inner happiness that's all important. Where do you find that you can go and have a time out sitting with someone and feel you don't have to put on a show? That's the person that it's good to spend time with, because you're not trying to impress, and you're the real you. You're that essence of where you are in your journey. When looking at where life has brought us in this pathway at the moment. There's the conflict between what you're being told to do and what you're... Hello Marie, how are you? You're welcome. The conflict between being told what you have to do and where someone doesn't want to do. And at the end of the day, there's no point in being at war with each other. So true. How many times you laugh out loud at some memory? Yeah. And move into the memory of a favourite tune. I'm afraid to press this see more because I disconnected. I won't go into the rest of it, Leslie, because I disconnected before. Yeah, you're perfectly right, Bridie. We have to enjoy the little things. That it is the little things. Sometimes it's just a matter of being out in a garden and seeing the beauty of the flowers and seeing the magic of Mother Nature, because that's where we get our energies are made up of our surroundings, and that's why it's so important to actually be in the right space and not be where there's people that makes us feel uncomfortable or gives us the wrong energy vibes. You know, we have enough problems working through life without making more problems for ourselves, put it that way. Yeah. Helena, yeah, I wish. Sometimes what we need to do with a wish, and I feel it's nearly all the time, if you want to, you can have a dream, a wish for something, and if you put it outside, this is why I'm saying about writing this out, if you take it outside of here and put it on paper in front of you, it makes it into reality more. So our energy is put into it. You've heard me talking about I'm thinking of a word, what we do at the full moon, or you can do it at the new moon, is to write what your wishes are. But all the time that what you're writing, the focus is on practical wishes, not highfalutin. We can all write we want to win the lotto. But just think, what if winning the lotto became important to you? What would you do with it? Hi Don. Leslie just says that as we age, people ignore us as... Well said, Leslie. Well said. We can get away with a lot when we come to our ages. I know Leslie, so that's why I can say our ages. Yeah, this is so true. We can be forgiven and thought of in a different way. But I just feel that we are on a path that we can create our reality from wishes that are important, for our life's sake. I know years ago, I've only one wish left. What do you call it? On the bucket list. And I think now I'm giving up on it. But it's just, I don't feel like the travel. The journey is too far. But I remember years ago, I wanted to go to Austria, and the result of that came from watching Sound of Music. I loved looking at the Alps, and I loved all of that. So ended up, as 20 years later, going to Austria on holidays. And then the next thing was, I said I'd love to go to Switzerland. Another another 10 years, it would be near 20 years ago, I ended up living in Switzerland and looking at the Alps. And they were just wishes that out of the sky without any thing, because back when I thought of going, that I wanted to see Austria, at that time I had young children, and it was definitely the last thing I would ever have thought of doing, either financially or physically with time. It wasn't, it was just a wish that was there. I didn't write it now that time, but it was a reality that happened. Yes, when the time came, I wished, and I was able to make for the holiday. When that time came, I was able to do it. But then for the Swiss event, that happened. That just happened through a course of events that, you know, you would never predict. These are sunflowers, the soul's flowers. Yeah, they are beautiful. Absolutely, all beautiful and emotional energies. And this evening, Mariella has put up lovely sunflowers. So let's take, each of us, visualize a sunflower when we go into our meditation. Because it is one of the things of a sunflower, that what you have is, you have a flower that for all the world, it looks like it's going to be knocked in wind. And the strength in that soft stem and the height that it goes. And we have Marie here, Marie, who had a lovely story that we told a couple of times about a bee making a heart shape in the center of the sunflower. A bee actually made it, and it was very real, but we've lost the photo because at the time, I think, you know, phones, this is the problem with phones. We should always print off our photos. Switzerland, it is a beautiful, beautiful countryside. I crossed over, went across Switzerland, and no matter where you went, it was beautiful. Kellyanne, lovely to see you here, and you're very welcome. We're having a very relaxing half hour, talking about how we can take ourselves out of how we can feel down, how we can connect with this magic that's within, the childlike feeling that we have. A feeling that's just so real when you get into it. We can run away from things that's happening to us, that's in and around our lives. We can run away, we can go outside, and we can say, right, I'm leaving that in the house, and go out and just breathe in the fresh air, number one. What someone mentioned earlier about the birds, small birds. Someone said that. Andrea, sorry, I didn't see you coming in. You're very welcome. I don't know where we were now. Someone said birds, about the small birds. And yeah, listen to the birds. I know I've moved into town a few months ago, and believe it or not, in the countryside, I suppose maybe because it was open countryside, I've never seen as many birds since I came into town. My garden, there would be Murray. Yeah, I didn't have to go back too far, pardon my blindness. If just the birds come into the garden, and I can stand watching them for hours, just how they relate to different breeds of birds, and how they manage their own within their own realm. And it is lovely because it's the power of nature. They have the ability to do that. They can survive. They have that innate ability. What have we done with that innate ability? We have let it, at times, we've let it be worn away by events around us, and there's no point in dwelling on that part of it. So when we see what we can do now about going forward and smelling the roses, and we're going to take our sunflower, if Mariella doesn't mind. We won't take any off you. We'll get our own and take it. I wouldn't take away that beautiful energy from you. But it just brought up that feeling because it is there for us. And there's so much we can do for ourselves. So please, don't allow anyone or anything to take that away from you. It's not worth it. Plus, you have far more power in your own ability than you realize. It's one of the things I keep saying to you. If you could only see in yourself what others can see in you, that is and even there's comments written on Facebook, and you read them, people that you don't know, but yet and all, they've touched your heart. They've written something that actually you resonate with. And it is the language of the soul. So it's very, it is so, you have all of this, all of these skills within you. And the magic, go back to the magic of you seeing a toddler just going against what would be, we'll say, when you talk about fear and what you'd be afraid of doing. The toddler doesn't see that. The toddler goes off, tries a thing and learns. If there's something, I know we have to protect them, but we can be overprotective at times. We don't allow them to learn through the natural process. And it's a mistake not to allow them. Let them be, let them find out that, a fall from a step is not going to affect them that badly. So this is where that magic, what you've survived through to get you here today. I give you a little bit of homework, and you have to show it to me in the morning. I think sometimes there's where a lot of the problems started with being, how would I put it? Not dehumanized, but being isolated from your own feelings can happen in the school, because you're put into a way of thinking, and that way of thinking takes you away from the way of feeling. I've often said, knowledge is a great thing. It doesn't create wisdom, though. Wisdom is something that has to come from within, not from without. So, I'll say it's 25 to, so we'll just. I have a small square black container that I put fresh water in every day after feeding them, and it's amazing to watch them. Yeah, I won't go to the rest of it. It's gone into the blue, the Seymour, and as you know, I've had my troubles there. So are we going to get started into our meditation? And everything works out for the best. My music system was really playing up beforehand. The gremlins were here. I'll just put this back. Yeah, that's it. So just find yourself a nice, comfortable, but not overly comfortable chair. Sort of place to sit. Just relax. Just become aware of the chair or seat that you're sitting on. Aware of it supporting you. And this journey is going to be about going through your body. Physically, yes, we'll pass through. But we're going to go deeper than that. We're going to go into the essence of you. We're going to explore the energy. So as we said earlier on, best to clear that now and not disturb you later. We're going to visualize a beautiful sunflower with its rich yellow color, and within the center is the seedlings for the future. So we'll start first of all by going through the body physically, and just then seeing yourself as how your energy is when we're following through the journey through your aura. We'll start with the muscles of the feet and legs. So just allow them to relax. Allow the muscles just to let go of any tension that you're feeling. Being aware that these muscles are just as able to hold on to tension from how you're feeling as any other muscle is. So just allow them to relax. And we move up now and into the pelvis and abdominal area. So this time, as you breathe in, breathe deep down, expanding these muscles, and with the outward breath, just allow any tension that you're feeling to leave with that outward breath. So just take 3 deep breaths. Just breathing in with awareness and breathing out and letting go. We move up now to the muscles, the muscles of the chest, the muscles at the back, the diaphragm underneath, and the front. So this time, as you breathe in, just expand these muscles. And now with your inward breath, become aware of any tension that's present. And as you release the tension, just give permission to let go. You're letting go of what's no use to you anymore. Letting go of the past and being in the present. just focus on the muscles of the hands and arms up to the shoulders. Just be aware of any tension that you're feeling in these muscles. And with that awareness, just allow that tension to leave. And allow your muscles to relax. The beauty of feeling nice and relaxed. And now we're going to move up to the muscles of the shoulders, up into the neck, and round the back of your head to the crown. So just with the inward breath, raise your shoulders as you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, just allow the shoulders to sink down into the chest, releasing and relaxing. Just feeling at ease. And now we'll look at the muscles of the face. You know how much you use these muscles to hide how you really feel. It's safe at this moment to allow that tension to leave and to allow yourself to be. Just allowing any tension that you're feeling. And if it helps, as you breathe in, visualize that breath just moving in under your muscles, right up above your forehead, and allow the tension to leave with the outward breath. Just allowing the muscles to relax. Now let us take our beautiful sunflower, hold it in our hands, visualize your hands together like they would be together in prayer, holding the sunflower. So as we dwell now on this process, just feel the muscles being relaxed and your auric energy of your feet and legs. Just feel what that's like. You're going to outside any muscles that you're aware of at this present time. So just like a mist that goes outside of your legs and feet. So what does that feel like? Does it feel strong? Does it feel that you want to get stronger? To give you energy? Just at this moment, let's take the color red in. Just to give us that strength. Feel it dancing around. The as the colour of life, feeling of energy. And as we move up now, again we're working outside the physical body. Just feel the energy around your abdomen. Just that beautiful mist of energy. That energy is floating around you and through your body. But we'll just focus at this moment. We'll focus on what is around us. So feeling very much at ease, but being aware that this energy has a vibrancy to it. It's the energy where you digest what you need for energy, but it's also about digesting what's going on around you. So allow yourself to just be sensitive to it. Allow yourself to be aware of what it means when you feel something that doesn't feel right. To tune in to it. Going to move up the muscles of the chest, including, just allow them to relax, and outside of that, just become aware now of the energy that's vibrating around your chest, down your arms, bring in this beautiful sunflower energy. So as you breathe in now, that energy that you're breathing in is filling every cell in your body, giving you the vibrancy of the beautiful yellow. Just be aware of that. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, just allow that vibrancy to fill your auric energy all around you. That beautiful, beautiful colour. Breathe in, and as you breathe in, feel the excitement of having the energy that's bringing in. Going to move up now and around your head, again outside of the muscles. So just with your inward breath, this energy vibrates at a very high level. So So now just be aware of the vibrancy of this energy as you breathe in. Just allow yourself to feel. Doesn't matter what color here. You are being aware of your color. Beautiful, beautiful. Brightness, life. Just allow your energy to feel light as if you're floating. Just feeling what it's like to be in this space. You don't have to worry about anything that's going on in your life for this moment in time. And now what I'm going to ask you to do within your energy field, within your aura, is to visualize your energy just circulating from your head down to your toes, back up again, circulating so that it all blends together. Just that beautiful mix of energy. Give you strength. And as you do this, just see in your mind's eye the beautiful sunflower, the strength that it demonstrates on a daily basis, keeping its head high and being aware of its own ability to withstand the struggles that goes on around it. You stay in that space, and I'm going to read these few words. Encouragement like flowers can brighten a way, turn storms into rain, paint colours from grey, can find good in the bad, bring laughter into pain, lift up a spirit, even loosen a chain. Rainbows from darkness are a peek at the sun, blessings enjoyed are a moment of fun. Sharing is easy, with a little each day, blossoms of joy to brighten your day. Words written by Jim Ness. Just gradually come back into awareness of where you're sitting. Move your toes and fingers so that you become aware of your body. Just be aware of how you feel after taking time out for you. Yeah, it's healing, 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 healing. I always think when meditation anyway is the time that your guides comes in, because your sense of your mind racing, you don't be so aware of them, but when I feel when your mind settles, you're able to blend with them, and they come in with healing, because it was healing of back problems, fairly substantial back problems. It's just not an aching back, it's more than that. So it was quite lovely. Mariella says, sometimes I love buying sunflowers, such as a gift for myself. Yeah, there's no better person to give a gift to. You know, this is what it's about being aware of your own beauty, your own love for yourself. Because I love myself, yeah, I feel much more positive. As I say, well, I might chance it now because I don't want to do yeah, positive with all the world. Yeah, flowers. But you know, there's something about flowers. As you know, I moved house a few months ago. This house suits flowers. My last house actually didn't. Hello, love Kesh. I'm sorry you only got joining us. We're just winding up now. But it's strange how, like, I love flowers now in this house, and whereas before it was an old cottage, it was very different. Lovely Sylvia, I'm glad you were able to go there, because it's so important to take that time for you. This is a Friday evening, 7, 8, whatever time it is with you, just to take the time. And even if we didn't come together, I've no plans, I'm here until December anyway, but it's just that you would set this time aside for you. I know there's someone here, all right, that has said to me that this is their time and everything. Just children are know now that this is her time. Mum needs that time to herself. Yeah, it is so easy to forget our needs. We look after everyone else, and that's, we can only really look after others when we look after ourselves first. If we could only get that into our energy and realise it. Just about next week, we're doing readings. The only thing I'll say to you about the readings is that they're not predictive readings. It's about healing. And the way it works is it's the rainbow, healing rainbow that I work with. And while sometimes it may give an inclination about something, but it is about healing. And it's more about the past than it is about the future. So just not to have the wrong idea as to what, it's not like reading the cards. It's very, very different. It's about the energies. As you know, colour is my thing. And it's about being in there and reading what's happening with the colours. And I say sometimes it'll show change within a colour, but that's not what it's about. It's about looking and seeing where you are and how best to work with what's going on around you. Okay, I leave you and love you, and I hope you have a lovely evening. Thank you for joining me, and it really is very special to join up with you all and blend the energies. Take care, and I'll see you next week.